Please come. Please take us.
स्वाति, आपका क्या मीडियम ऑफ एग्जामिनेशन एंड इंग्लिश? इंटरव्यू ऑल्सो इन इंग्लिश? So you have done botany. Are you working somewhere?
Sir, after doing post graduation, I worked with my friend for a startup for 1 to 2 years. Then due to health reasons.
Be slightly louder. We are not able to hear you.
Sorry, sir. So after my post graduation, I decided to work with my friend regarding the startup of incense making and jewel making.
Okay.
So after doing 1 and 2 years of work there, I started to prepare for UPSC and state service.
UPSC.
Yes.
You also means work for TCS.
Sir, I was selected for TCS during my graduation, the last year of graduation. I got the campus placement, but I decided not to join that, sir.
Okay. Why?
Sir, actually, my basic intense inclination was towards the public services. So I decided to pursue public services first, sir.
So you tried for UPSC also.
Yes.
How many times?
So I tried 3 times.
3 times. What happened?
So I wrote means for a single time.
Went
That
for,
was my last attempt.
went for interview also.
No, sir.
Now you have exhausted all your chances by age.
Yes.
Okay. Here also is almost your last chance.
Yes.
So why you are so inclined towards civil services?
Sir, civil services is a platform which provides us a diversity in working sector. For example, sir, when I was in Botany and doing my post graduation, I realized it was a single study of plants, and except plants, I would not be able to look into the society. So I have that inclination to know more about the society and work towards it. That's why, sir.
But now you are means preparing for your last chance, right?
Yes, sir.
So suppose you are not selected, then what do you do?
Sir, as I had the opportunity of my academics as well, so I'll go for the assistant professor examination, which I am bit, I have faith in that I would clear because I was good in academics. So I'll go towards the assistant.
So you have a B plan ready.
Yes, sir.
Right now you are not working.
Sir, I took leave from the work.
How many years?
Sir, it is not a professional leave, but I took leave from the startup process.
Kind of sabbatical.
Yes.
So you, since when you are not working?
Sorry, sir.
Since when you have taken leave?
Sir, after doing my last 20 UPSC in 2020, so I worked for 2 years with my friend with startup. So after that, sir, I started.
Almost 2 years now.
Yes.
So you are open, team-spirited and empathetic person with the virtues of perseverance and adaptability. What do you mean by adaptability?
Sir, I felt that I have the virtue of adapting in every situation. For example, when I was working with my friends, it was a startup. It was in the initial stage. So I noticed that I can talk to any person, whether it is in class 4 or whether it is in class 1. So I can adapt to the change as per the demand of the people. So I observed this thing in me, sir.
Have you read the newspapers today?
I'm sorry, sir. I couldn't find time to read the newspaper today.
But today you are appearing for mock, and that is a very important issue. Okay, you should be knowing what is happening, especially today, or means yesterday. So why Dr. Manmohan Singh is being hailed by everyone across the political spectrum, whereas our politics is totally polarized to the extent of enmity now? What do you feel about Dr. Manmohan Singh? Why he is being hailed?
As former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh has a very rich history of academics as well as in working profession as well. For example, he has a very dignified profile in finance ministry, plus RBI, where he was also there. And simultaneously, he worked for the economic reforms, which were crucial era in our Indian history. It is hailed as a very important of our economy because after economic reforms of 1991, India became an open country and started attracting the FDI at a large scale, and development happened on a large scale. So I believe, and simultaneously, sir, I believe his political career was also a very successful career because our US-India nuclear deal, civil nuclear deal, was happened during his time. So it was a very big achievement for India at that time. Because in 2006 to 2008 time was very crucial for India for the space and nuclear. As nuclear development is also focused in current time as well. But the foundation was laid by the Dr. Manmohan Singh, sir.
But you rightly said that he ushered a new era in our economy. That is all right. But when he became prime minister, he continued with the same zeal for first few years. And then after 2006, he was forced, I'm stressing this, he was forced to become socialist. The kind of decisions he took, or he was made to take those decisions, they were more in the nature of socialist state instead of capitalist economy or open economy. So how do you react to this situation, whether his image has been tarnished because of that,
Sir,
taking a turn means towards socialism? Sorry.
Sir, I believe his second tenure of as a prime minister was a coalition government, as far as I can recall. So in the coalition government, there is a issue of certain ideology as well, as there are a lot of parties which are noticed. So as per my limited knowledge, I can only conclude that whether due to that coalition government and the stability of the government, he might feel tilted towards the socialist approach. But he was very, he was a fun, he had the mindset of an intellectual ability, and he has taken those decisions in the his mind. So I believe this thing, sir.
You mean to say he was not forced?
Sir, due to coalition government, he might be forced, but I am not very much aware of this thing.
So it was a coalition dharma.
It was a coalition government during that time.
Okay.
So during coalition government, there is the issue of to stabilize your government. So you have to take into consideration the other ideologies as well, which is required.
But you see, you subscribe to a particular ideology, right?
Yes.
You subscribe to a particular economic values also, capitalist economy. Then had it not been better for him to resign and go home instead of compromising his own position?
Sir, I believe he was the best person in our Indian history, one of the best persons to decide the matters in terms of economy, in terms of other development areas. So I don't think so, sir. He had to resign because he was a very much fit personality as a former prime minister as well as the economist. He had balanced that approach as well in our country.
How did he balance?
So as I exemplified earlier, for foreign relations, he has equally coordinated with the other countries on a global scale. For example, North American countries like USA and Canada simultaneously gave roles to African nations as well, and our neighboring nations like Bangladesh and Sri Lanka were also stabilized during his tenure. His foreign policy as well was very much balanced. So I don't think so, sir, he had to resign. He was very much intellectual in his field.
But do you think that a technocrat should be a prime minister, not a politician? Because position of prime minister is such that he should be a politician instead of technocrat. People under him may be technocrats, but the prime minister at least should be a politician. What are your views about this statement?
So I believe politician is not, which is very much inclined towards the politics only. See, he must be as for a politician, you must have a wide knowledge of every department. Whether it is finance or whether it is any other sector or whether it is foreign policy. So he was very much fit into that field as well as per my opinion, sir.
As a politician?
As a politician as well as an intellectual as well, sir.
But he never fought an election except once when he lost from New Delhi. He was so reluctant to fight election and elected directly to the Lok Sabha. So that is not a good sign being a politician, na?
Sir,
So that itself shows that he was not a politician, he was a technocrat.
So I believe our constitution will give the members a right to vote either from the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. And Rajya Sabha has the process of 12 members nomination, which can be choose from any field. Whether it is sports or whether it is arts, one has any and five issues, five areas. I'm sorry. So he was well eligible for the nomination member from Rajya Sabha as he was a nominated member from Assam constituency. Assam, as far as I can recall, sir.
He was nominated or elected from Assam?
Elected.
Nominated.
Nominated.
No, you were elected.
Yes, sir. Rajya Sabha from Assam, sir. So I believe he equally fitted into that role, sir.
Okay, suppose you are you hold on to certain values, right? When you enter any field as a career or means in personal life also, you have some values. Okay. And you will be reluctant to do something which is against your conscience. Okay? But now tell me, you are posted somewhere as SDM and some CM comes to your constituency and your deputy commissioner says that you go to the 5-star hotel, bring some samosas to entertain the CM. What you will do?
Sir, I'm the SDM of an area, so my first approach would be to balance my area because I'm the main authority of that area.
No, I'm putting you a specific question. Samosas are to be brought from a 5-star hotel and to be fed to the CM.
Sir, I'll approach the authorities which are responsible for bringing the stuffs in our area, in our department, and I'll bring those stuffs from the behalf of my authorities which are subordinate to me, as and then I'll offer them to our CM, sir.
But suppose when millions of people are suffering from poverty in India, should a CM should be treated with samosas from a 5-star hotel? Is it not kind of anomaly and contradiction?
Sir, it's a contradiction bit, but I believe, sir, there are much more important things than serving the samosa in our country. So I believe I will not indulge in all these stuffs. I would rather talk to them about my area and talk.
But you are changing your stance. You are not answering my question.
So actually, I want to adapt as a flexible person as well. So I want to adapt as per the situation, sir.
Let's go beyond this now. Tika, you know it means then the CM has not eaten those samosas. And some other people have eaten those who are subalterns and lowly placed employees. Should they be punished for eating samosas from 5-star hotels? Had it made any difference had the samosas been from some roadside dhaba and they had eaten? Were they, what happened in Himachal, were they punished or inquiry was conducted because samosas were from 5-star hotels or they were meant for the CM?
Sir, I don't think so that inquiry must be conducted because samosas are for eating. And, if CM is not going to eat those stuff, so anyone who wants to eat can eat. So I don't think inquiry must be there. I just found this thing a very neutral thing. I don't put very emphasis on this, sir.
Well, it's just anyway, shifting kind of. You are means quite not even diplomatic.
Sir, I'm trying to hold the situation.
That is okay, but you cannot change your stance. First you told you will bring the samosa, then you said I will not bring. Then you said they should not be punished. I gave you a situation. If dhabas samosas or 5-star samosas?
So I want to clear something. So as you had put me the situation of serving the 5-star samosa, if I have to serve to the CM, so as a responsible authority of my area, I would like to.
No. You are not supposed to serve, but you are supposed to arrange.
Yes.
Okay. Now the question is whether when people are suffering from poverty, poor people, they don't have eat even, they are surviving on 5 kg food grains every month they are getting from the government. Okay. Ultimately, if you are feeding your CM samosas from 5-star, it costs na.
Yes.
And it cost hugely, means must be one samosa must be about 200 rupees or 400 rupees. The same samosa for roadside eatery may be 10 rupees or 20 rupees or 50 rupees at the most, right? So you see that point now, what I'm trying to bring home. As a bureaucrat, will you be in a position to say, no, it should not be done?
Sir, as I believe in the optimum use of resources, so I would prefer to get the quality samosas from nearby a quality restaurant. And if the condition is must, you have to take those from the 5-star, then I'll definitely follow those because the CM.
There is no rule in the service book that the CM should be fed with the 5-star samosas. And secondly, should we waste our precious, scarce resources, police resources for conducting such inquiries?
So as I know, I mentioned earlier that I don't believe in wastage of resources. So I would not put any inquiry for the sir, those responsible.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Swati,
Yes, sir.
you are a student of Botany.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And tell me 5 botanical names of trees which you have found in this campus.
Sir, as Chandigarh,
In this campus, in the campus of this institute where you have come.
so I noticed 2 trees
Okay,
mainly,
then tell
sir.
me those.
One is a sir, people tree which I
I have
noticed.
asked botanical names,
Okay, sir.
not general names,
Okay,
not
sir.
common names.
So,
People, you have heard people.
so I have seen people.
People, what is the botanical name of people?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm forgetting. I'm unable to recall that.
Ficus, Bengalensis.
Quite, sir. I'm not sure. Pretty sure.
Then what next?
Next, sir, I noticed Mangifera indica in the campus
Okay,
way beyond.
okay.
And so only 2 trees I noticed.
Only 2 things. What about Chandigarh? Other 3 names of Chandigarh city?
Chandigarh, sir.
You are postgraduate in
Yes, sir.
botany.
Yes, sir.
So you have to identify each and every plant, even the small flowers also.
So flowers I noticed.
Okay, then tell me the name of flowers.
Sir, I noticed the marigold.
Marigold, botanical name. I am asking botanical name. Marigold is a common name.
Okay. So I noticed Rosa indica.
Rosa indica. Okay.
Yes, sir. And I noticed.
Okay. Anyway, your father is from army.
So he
Isn't
was
it?
from army.
He was from army.
Yes, sir.
What rank he was there?
So he was captain in army.
Captain.
Yes.
So tell me the ranks starting from the lowest to the topmost in the army.
Okay, sir. Sir, the lowest is Lance Naik.
Lowest is Lance Naik.
Naik, Lance Naik. Naik. then-
Naik or Lance Naik?
So Naik.
Naik.
Yes, sir. Then Lance
Okay.
Naik.
Okay.
Then Subedar.
Uh-huh.
Then Major Subedar. As far as I can recall, sir.
Okay.
Then
You have to read it
Left.
again. You have to read it.
Left.
You have to.
So I
go
can.
again and again.
Yes, sir.
It's other way around.
Okay, sir.
You might have heard about self-help group.
Yes, sir.
Whether the self-help group are made for women only or for other people also.
Sir,
And what is the mandate about the self-help group?
so majority of the self-help groups are members, women members only. Majority. But there are few self-help groups which are working simultaneously for other genders as well. I have heard one from the Pune, sir, in the recent past. Before that, I never heard about the men or the other gender self-help groups. These are the sir, volunteer groups which work for their basic purpose is to save the money and then utilize that money for the best use of the members. And they just pool that money in certain areas and then utilize those money. And they are also eligible for the collateral free bank loans as a whole self-help group, because individual members sometimes is not eligible. So as a member of self-help group take the proper responsibility of collateral.
Can you tell me how many self-help group are there in Himachal Pradesh? Any rough idea?
So I'm not aware, sir.
Okay. Any economic role of these self-help group in the upliftment of women?
Yes, sir. Sir, we have a very good example of Lijjat Papad. So that is a best example in this field, sir.
Okay. Okay. Why, can you tell me why the Green Revolution succeeded in northern India, not throughout India? Because you are a botany student.
Yes, sir.
You might be knowing the genetics and the other things about the Green Revolution. Why it succeeded in North India?
So
Majority.
Yes, sir. So the basic conditions for green revolution were the use of high yielding variety seeds and the proper irrigation facilities, which both were present in the North Indian states. For example, in Western UP, in Haryana and Punjab. And the economy wise, these three areas were prosperous and they can afford the
But Haryana was not prosperous before 1966, and the Green Revolution started in 1966. It was a desert area almost when it was divided from Punjab. So it progressed after 66 only. It was not prosperous before that only.
Sir,
How do
Haryana.
you can say this?
Sir, Haryana was separated from Punjab in 1966, and Green Revolution took place around in 1960s initial, sir. So 1960s, it has started its roots in the India, so, and the use of high yielding variety seeds and the use of proper irrigation water was a need of the Green Revolution to be succeeded. And in those areas, sir, the availability of water was there comparatively other states. So that's why one of the reason is this, and second is, sir, the farmers which were using the high yielding variety seeds and irrigation facilities were more prosperous than the farmers which are in the other states. For example, in the West Bengal, the farmers were not so rich comparatively in Punjab and in Western UP. So they were more highly efficient in using the techniques of Green Revolution.
So you need to have MSP then for all the farmers throughout India? You are for it or against it?
Sir, as Government of India is providing MSP for all the 23 crops plus sugarcane. So I think, sir, legalization of MSP itself is a very challenging question because our country is a very resource
But
deficit.
we are ready to face challenges. Why should not should not face challenges? We are ready for every challenge. So you have to make MSP compulsory.
Sir,
Why we are just agitating on it?
Sir, we have to see our resources as well. The optimum utilization of resources must be our priority, sir.
Okay.
So as per me, sir, my first priority will be the optimum utilization of resources. And as government is already providing the MSP in 23 crops plus sugarcane, so I think it is providing in on time, and every farmer which is eligible, who is eligible and cannot approach APMCs, they can easily get that
Can
MSP.
you comment on the farmer's point of view that somebody takes 5 lakh crore and run away to London or somewhere, and we are just asking 2 lakh crore for our MSP? So how does this your reply comment on this?
Sir, I believe, sir, farmers are the main producer of our land now. But sir, few things. Yes, there is a loophole of economic offenders as well in our system. But simultaneously, sir, government is also taking good steps for the progression of the farmers. And for example, we are providing Kisan scheme, the incentives by way of Kisan scheme. And PM Swanidhi scheme is also for the vendors.
PM?
Swanidhi for vendors. And I'm sorry, sir, it is for vendors. So, and PM Kisan scheme for farmers particularly, sir, where we are providing 6,000 incentives to farmers. So yes, government is supporting somewhere to farmers at their extent. And yes, I agree that we have the challenge of economic offenders and we have to, sir, work on that. So I agree in that, sir.
Okay, you are aspiring for Himachal Administrative Services. Can you tell me the structure of Himachal administration starting from the lowest rank to the top rank of Chief Secretary?
Sir, I'm sorry, I'm not very much aware.
You are not aware. Okay, no problem. So comment on that why Himachal could not catch hold of the entire NCR region of regarding horticulture produce, and why Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh, they are producing much more fruits and other things. Why not Himachal?
So one of the first reason is our geographical terrain as well. As
You are much nearer to Delhi than Maharashtra.
Sir, the distance actually, as per my opinion, it matters, but it not matters much more than the terrain. So our terrain is very tough, and the climate there is a bit different.
Your climate is much suitable for many crops, many horticulture crops.
Yes,
you should try to catch these crops only which are suited to your Himachal climate only.
So Himachal is doing well in horticulture these current years, as Nani University in Shimla, in Solan is also progressing ahead with horticulture projects. Our HP Shiva project in Himachal is also doing very well, and we are getting funding from World Bank for HP Shiva as well. So that's mean if an international organization is supporting us, then that means it has the point.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Last but one question. What is your comment on state funding of elections? Should all the elections, all the political parties be banned from spending anything? Only state can fund the election, whatever expenditure is there. What is your opinion about it, state funding?
So state funding has both pros and cons. So if state funding would be there, sir, the one pros is that every party would get the benefit of equal resources. But simultaneously, if we see the cons, then the public money is going towards that sector, which somewhere is becoming very politicized. So I believe, sir, efficient use of public money should be there.
We should please.
But do you think that every party should get equal amount of funding? Like TMC fighting elections only in Bengal and BJP or Congress fighting election all over India, should they get the same amount of funding?
Sir, I don't think so, sir.
You only said that all parties will be getting equal funding.
Sir, it is under the pros. As per mine, under the pros, sir, it is the advantage of this thing.
Okay, but what should be the criteria for funding? You get what? How much? Rather.
Sir, as per our recent condition, only individual has to follow the proper amount and not party. So it is basically must be the party who has to follow the spending amount rather than individuals, sir. I believe this change should be happened in our system first, and I totally, sir, agree with this point that party funding, party resources must be into consideration rather than individual resources, sir.
Can you recall any country where there is a state funding of elections?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall.
Can you tell me why we should not ban every expenditure by party? Just go for some debate on TV or newspaper or radio or somewhere like that. That's all should be allowed, and that should be only state should allow them. How many much minute he will be both will be transmitting their some lecture or something like that. Why should not go for this?
Sir, nowadays, sir, the biggest challenge our country is facing is a biased media. So I don't think so, sir, a proper debate can decide the fate of a party.
Okay.
I believe, sir.
Okay. And the last question, why the population control has been effective in China and why it is not effective in India?
So as India being a democratic nation, we have the stakeholders of multi-party system. And simultaneously, sir, China is a bit communist government and there's a single party rule over there. So to implement the policies by a single party is much more easier than a democratic nation like our country. And the second thing is, sir, only this thing, sir, I can mention.
Please.
Thank you, sir.
Swati,
Yes, sir.
what are you doing at present?
Sir, I'm just preparing for this exam.
You're not doing any job?
Sir, last year I qualified for the interview stage, so I decided I'll give this last attempt as well. So I have not joined anywhere, sir.
Previously you were, where you were?
So I was working with my friend, sir, in a startup for dhoop making and incense making.
Your hobby is reading self-help books.
Yes, sir.
Which type of books?
So these are self-help books which help you in evolving your personality and help you to shift your paradigm pattern of your personality overall, sir.
Can you name anyone?
So last read book was 7 Effective Habits of Successful People by Stephen R. Covey, sir.
But the main points?
Sir, in that book, sir, the author has mentioned about the 3 things mainly. First is you should have that foundation of a success, that why you are heading towards a success. Then he had suggested certain 7 conditions for those foundational success. For example, sir, we should have proactive approach. We must have a learning approach as well. Simultaneously, we have that think win-win situation. For example, if we are dealing two people, then we have to first understand, then we have another step would be to understood. So that I like the concept very much, that we have to be very empathetic in every situation, and we should follow that approach as well in our life.
You are MSc in Botany.
Yes, sir.
So why are you not appearing in a commission for the post of lecturer?
Sir, during my graduation and post-graduation time, sir, I found my intense inclination towards the public services, because I was working with certain volunteer groups of, for example, orphanage in Salyana, Palampur. I was working there as a volunteer. So I decided I'll pursue my public service goal first, because my intense inclination was the main motive, was the main force behind this decision, sir.
For lecturership, you can appear on later on.
I'm sorry, sir.
For lecturership, you can appear later on. Because
Sir,
there is no age limit. Age limit is 45 for lecturer.
Sir, I'm not aware of the age limit for assistant professor because I was totally shifted towards this, sir.
You appeared in interview in 23?
Yes, sir, last year.
Last year you appeared in interview. So where were you lacking?
Sir, I got 110 marks in interview.
110?
Yes, sir.
It's a good score.
Yes, and in mains, sir, I was lacking. In mains, I got 413 marks.
413.
Yes, sir.
What was your optional?
Sociology optional, sir.
Sociology. Everybody is opting for sociology. Achha, so you are from district Kangra?
Yes, sir.
What are the major issues and problems of district Kangra?
Sir, the major issue which currently Kangra is facing is the drug menace, sir. And the inter-state border is playing a huge role in that. And as Kangra is becoming the hub of national colleges as well, for example, the NIFT college, the Asia's 13th number, NIFT college is currently in Kangra. But there, the students are caught with drugs and that material, that off stuff. So that is the major issue. And first major issue is drug menace. Second major issue is the large-scale construction which is happening around Kangra for the road widening. It is actually disturbing the biodiversity of the area. So a huge deforestation has took place. So I don't support this deforestation, sir, in Kangra district, because Kangra is a area which has plains as well as hills both. So it has the potential to develop that biodiversity as an ecotourism. But if we will vanish those biodiversity, we would not be able to generate that ecotourism sector, sir. That is two major issues which I found.
How this drugs menace can be controlled?
Sir, as I mentioned that the interstate borders are playing the huge role. So first, sir,
should we?
Sir, interstate borders are playing a huge role in drug menace.
Right.
So first, supply should be cut, and supply would be cut if we will place some checkpoints, strict checkpoints. How it can be cut? Sir, checkpoints must be there in interstate borders. First approach should be that, because supply would be limited and supply at later on stage would be cut. Because if interstate borders are not properly sealed, properly checked, then supply would be hampered. Second, sir, there must be a influential approach around the schools and colleges, because nowadays it is a time of social media, and we should use the efficient use of social media influencers in Himachal which are working for the awareness of drug menace which is happening in our youth. So these two steps can be effectively work. And third is the rehab centers, sir. We must have the local rehab centers for females individually, as nowadays we are seeing that females are also involved in this drug menace. So we must have certain separate rehab centers for females as well, sir. Yes.
What are the positive points of district Kangra?
I'm sorry, sir.
What are positive points of positive issues of district Kangra?
Positive of district Kangra. So there are a lot of things which are positive about the district Kangra. First, sir, we have a very impregnable history of Kangra Fort, and also one of the Shakti Pitha, Mata Brijeshwari temple, is also in the Kangra district. It is one of the 51 Shakti Pithas of our nation. And third, also Jwalamukhi temple and Masroor temple also in the vicinity. Third, our Kangra painting and our Kangra tea are on the global scale. They are having that that scale, because recently Kangra tea has got that European GI tag, and our cuisine is very famous in all over the Himachal, sir. Kangri Dham, it is very much special in our cuisine, and also our folk dance Jamakda is appreciated in the nation by Prime Minister himself as well. So I believe, sir, there are a lot of things which are positive.
What about tourism?
Tourism, sir, Kangra is now under the scanner of government for tourism development, because they had made the Kangra the tourism hub capital. So the area of Bankhandi, Mata Baglamukhi area, they are developing this area for ecotourism, as there are a lot of biodiversity there. So yes, we are heading towards that as well, sir.
Some special thing of Bankhandi temple, Bankhandi area,
Sir,
which government is doing, government is implementing?
Sir, as far as my limited knowledge, Bankhandi, they are becoming that area biodiversity for wildlife sanctuary, developing a wildlife sanctuary kind of area.
Zoo?
Yes, sir, zoo, sir. I'm forgetting that, sir. Thank you.
How much amount is being spent on zoo?
Sir, I'm not aware, sir. Sorry.
Any other point of tourism?
Sir, in Kangra
Or
specifically,
schemes, those are being implemented by the government for the development of tourism in Kangra district?
so specifically Kangra, sir, Nayi Manzili Nayi Rahe scheme is implemented by government for the development of ecotourism spots all over the Himachal state. So Kangra is one of them, and sir, our Beed Billing area, it is a world level paragliding area. So yes, it is also under the scanner of development by government. So Beed Building, sir, paragliding area.
How agriculture of Kangra district can be improved?
Sir, Kangra is one of the most populated district of Himachal Pradesh. So the problem there is we cannot extend the area of the agricultural land, because that is very much limited. But one thing which we can do, as per my opinion, is we can increase the productivity, intensive productivity, by use of certain technologies, like by use of drip irrigation. It is an efficient method of using water. And second, good quality seeds, because in the past we have noticed that farmers were unable to get good quality seeds. Due to that reason, the productivity was not very high. So I believe we have to work on the productivity side, sir, rather than extending the land.
So soil testing can be done?
Yes, sir. Soil testing labs, as Kangra has the one soil testing lab as per economic survey this year, 23.
Seeds testing?
Seed testing and soil testing both are under same lab, sir. They are taking place.
Can drones play any role?
Yes, sir. They are playing a major role in land survey, sir. As Shapur ITI has one of the training institute for drone services.
What is RERA? Have you heard RERA?
Sir, I heard, but I'm unable to recall right now, sir.
Is regarding?
It is regarding. Is it regarding the real estate authority? So it is a real estate authority which actually takes the responsibility of building the real estate in an area. Only that I know, sir.
All builders are being registered under RERA.
Okay, sir.
And the persons those are purchasing from builders, they can make complaint in RERA.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
What is Unity Mall?
So Unity Mall is a concept which is a recent concept in our India. And under this concept, sir, the particular item or particular product of a state or a region is presented in Unity Mall for sale, so that everyone who is not aware of the product of that region would be aware, and simultaneously it will generate revenue as well, sir.
Where it is going to be opened?
Sir, in Ujjain, in Himachal.
Dadwar district, Kangra.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
There is a scheme of government school adoption scheme.
Okay.
What is the scheme and why it is being implemented?
Sir, this is a scheme in which the political officials will adopt certain kind of institutions, and they will develop those.
Only political officials?
No, sir, executives as well, permanent executives as well. They will develop those institutions and they will provide funds to those institutions as well.
Society also?
So I'm not very much
Such
sure
as
about the
mentors,
society. So yes,
society?
high dignitaries and intellectuals can also play their part, sir.
So what is the use of this scheme?
So it will firstly help in expanding the area of dimension, because sometimes institutions are not under the scanner of the executives or politicians, and if they are not under the consideration of any authority, they would not be able to develop as they have to, because institutions are those which are learning institutions and they must have proper funding on time and proper infrastructure. So if those dignitaries are involved, so it will help to build those institutions in a positive manner. I believe this thing, sir.
Why day boarding scheme is important?
I'm sorry, sir.
Day boarding scheme,
So I'm not
which
very much
is being implemented by the government.
day boarding scheme.
Day boarding.
Sir, I have only heard the concept of day boarding, but I'm not aware of the scheme about this.
Have you any idea of Shannon project?
Shannon project. Yes, sir. Sir, Shannon project is a project in Mandi. So it is actually becoming a dispute between Himachal and Punjab, and recently Haryana.
Why dispute?
Sir, before 1920s, sir, British government and Himachal government has certain
Himachal
certain
government?
British government, sir, and the rulers of Mandi, sir. If I can recall, sir, Joginder Sen, the ruler, so they had certain agreement between them for the Shannon project. But later on, when Himachal became
Agreement for how many years?
99 years, sir.
Lease.
Yes, on lease time, and it was actually expiring on 2024, if I can recall precisely. And then, sir, as Punjab was becoming the stakeholder later on after independence of India, so they had made their claim that Shannon project is under Punjab government, as well as Punjab is utilizing the effective electricity and providing the efficient resources. But Himachal government stance is that we are providing the effective water which is generating electricity. So this matter is under Supreme Court jurisdiction,
But
sir.
lease period is over.
Yes, sir.
Why Haryana is jumping into the scene?
Sir, Haryana is claiming that before 1966, they were the part of Punjab, and after 1966, they became a separate entity. So they also have the claim. So this matter is under jurisdiction of Supreme Court, sir. So we have to wait for this thing.
My last question. What do you say by Atal Tunnel?
Sir, I'm not getting your question.
Atal Tunnel.
Okay, sir.
Have you heard Atal
Yes, sir.
Tunnel?
Yes, sir.
Where is it?
So it is in Rohtang,
Rohtang.
district Kullu.
It is joining two districts. Which are two districts?
So one is Kullu and one is Lahaul and Spiti.
What are its social implications?
So first is connectivity, sir. It is creating a connectivity during the harsh winter times. And second, it is, if I have to see from cultural perspective, it is connecting to important cultures of Buddhism and Hinduism. As large-scale Hindu people are staying in Kullu, and large-scale Buddhism people are staying in Lahaul and Spiti. So culturally, it is also connecting people, sir. And also,
What about economic issues?
economically, sir, as connectivity would be well maintained all over the weather, so definitely it will help in transportation, effective manner of communication and transportation. So that is a good thing.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Swati,
Yes, sir.
you have written in your depth that you are an empathetic person.
Yes, sir.
How being empathetic is different from being sympathetic?
Yes, sir. So sympathy is just you are considering someone's emotion and you are not doing anything. But empathy, simultaneously, you are considering somebody's emotions, his feelings, his circumstances, and simultaneously, you are putting yourself in that shoes and then taking effective steps. So I believe empathy is more elaborated concept, sir.
And how this quality is going to help you in the, if you will selected in this job, the administration, this quality of yours will going to help you or will be a challenge for you while working?
So this quality will definitely help you, sir, because I am going for a public service. And we have to connect people on a ground level as well as on the top authorities. So if we are connecting ground level people on an efficient manner, so that would be a very big achievement, sir, for
But
me.
being a bureaucrat, you have some set of rules you have to follow. But sometimes if you are empathetic, your conscience allows you to do something else, but your rule book says something else to do. then how will you manage? How will you balance between the two?
Sir, empathy, as per me, doesn't mean that you are, getting emotional. It means you are balancing your emotions. Simultaneously, you are providing the well-needed things which the person in front of you needed. So I think it is not a challenge. It is a good virtue, sir, which a bureaucrat must hold.
Okay, you are also working in a startup with
Yes,
your
sir.
friend.
Yes, sir.
What are the challenges you have faced while starting or setting up that startup?
So first thing, sir, in Himachal, we couldn't do that. We have to start that startup in Chennai.
In Chennai?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The reason was, sir, first thing, the availability of the resources. As we can found the biodiversity here, but we cannot find the charcoal, effective charcoal, which is needed in droop making and incense making. So one challenge which we found. Second is the support of the, sir, infrastructure. So in Himachal, startup system was not well established at that time when we started. And yes, government is providing by way of HIMSUPA scheme.
Any government funding you have raised for this project?
No, sir, it was our personal project. So we have initiated at our own
How many
resources.
persons are involved in that?
So 3 girls, 3
See,
friends.
you
we have.
all were girls.
Yes, sir. 3
Then you moved on to the different state, Chennai.
No, sir, they both were from Tamil Nadu, Chennai, and I was from Himachal.
Okay, so that's why you have shifted there.
So I shifted for some few months.
Mhm.
Then I get back to my hometown, sir, because of health reasons. I
Okay.
have to get back.
Does our country generally, promote such kind of things, or like startups, or youth empowerment, like such kind of things? Where we are lacking? Are we providing an ecosystem for such kind of startups, or are we lacking somewhere?
Sir, as recent government has taken certain initiatives for the development of startups. For example, in Himachal, the HIMSUPA scheme is there, sir, and government is providing incentives for the development of startups.
So why haven't you taken any advantage of any scheme for setting up this project?
Sir, actually, we want to start at our own first. Then we will have decided that we will just make it public. So first we have decided at our own. Then
So now you dropped, or all three have dropped from this
no,
project?
sir, we have not dropped the idea.
Okay.
We are simultaneously working. I just took leave for
Okay,
this
the
exam.
project is going on.
Yes.
The startup is going on.
Yes.
Okay. There is a gap after your plus 2. You
Yes,
have finished your 12th in 2007 and BSc in 2013.
Yes,
So it took you 6 years to complete your graduation
Yes.
in
sir.
between.
Yes.
So what have you done in these 3 years? Extra 3 years?
So after 12, sir, my father demise actually shattered me emotionally.
Okay.
After 1 year of that emotional challenge, I started for medical exam, which I was about to start after my 12th. I cleared the mains prelims exams of Army College of Medical Sciences in the Delhi University, Delhi. But I failed in the last stage of that exam. Then I got selected for the waiting list of Veterinary College, Palanpur. I was short of 1 mark in the final list.
Okay.
And then I was selected as in PMT course in Maharashtra, D.Y. Patil University. But I got the counseling letter sharp at 5, and in the same day on which our counseling was there. And there
Okay.
was finances, resources as well, problems. So I couldn't
Okay, you
do
also
that.
stayed in Delhi from 2019 till 2022.
Yes, sir.
And there is no work experience and nothing. So what have you done in 3 years in Delhi?
So in Delhi, I first moved for the UPSC exam.
Okay.
And then, so later on, I started my startup project after 2020.
Mhm.
So I was in Delhi as well, as because Delhi is a main center to approaching Chennai and Himachal as well. So I decided to shift to Delhi.
Okay. You are from district Kangra?
Yes, sir.
And in your references, the person you mentioned, one is from Delhi and one is from Shimla.
Yes, sir.
No one is from district Kangra. Why so?
Sir, actually, we were about to write about those persons whom you are known. So those 2 persons, one is my friend and second is my mentor, sir. And I'm very close to them. So I
Okay.
mentioned those names, sir.
Okay, fine. And what have you done in last 9 years? Any effective outcome of yours in last 9 years?
Sir, 3 achievements I believe I have taken. First is I helped my friends in starting a startup, which was actually become complex for them. I wisely use my ample knowledge, whichever I can. And second is, sir, I qualified for HPAS interview last year, and which is a big achievement for me. And third, sir, I believe that I became very emotionally stable and empathetic and determined in these days. And I noticed my virtue of adaptability very wisely. So I believe these are top achievements. for
Okay.
me.
And what are the 5 major challenges of district Kangra?
So first
Major challenges.
Okay, sir. So first challenge which Kangra is facing is the drug menace I mentioned earlier as well. Second is the huge construction which is actually disturbing the biodiversity zone of the Kangra. Third is the problem of stray animals in the city proper. I have noticed this. Fourth is the institutions in Kangra are not very much well aware about the career opportunities, which I noticed. I visited 2 institutions and they are not providing the career guidance to the students as well. So that is a major challenge because our India is heading towards the economic dividend and we are demographic dividend and we have to guide our youth towards their proper career balance. And last, tourism is not well established in Kangra, sir. And Kangra is a city which has a major potential of tourism. So these are the 5 things which I noticed. Sir.
Okay. Thank you, Swati. Thank you very much, Yami.